present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Thank you. Hello, and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us for a second visit to the Old Vic Theatre in the London borough of Southwark. As long ago as the 12th century, hospitals were established here outside London's city walls to prevent the spread of disease. They gained favour with the Plantagenet kings, and in 1187 Richard the Lionheart became their first transplant patient. Because of a long association with brewing, Southwark is home to the Trading Standards Office, which regulates the size of glasses in pubs. And just this year, they decided London pubs can serve beer in 2/3 of a pint measures. Nice to see it made official at last. Just around the corner from this theatre, there's a blue plaque on the house of Fred Harrison, the father of modern ventriloquism, who died in 1957. This is despite his deathbed wish, "Glees, glees, don't gutter glue glack on my bungalow." But Harrison surely won't be the last to have died here, misunderstood and ignored. Let's meet the teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And on my right, Brooke-Taylor and Rob Brydon. And here to ensure that each of our panel will hold their own, please welcome our talented scorer, the delightful Samantha. Now, the first round is called the Uxbridge English Dictionary, and it's an educational look at our language. A recent survey revealed that nearly 40% of university students are so ignorant they think Evelyn Waugh wrote for Mills and Boon. She certainly did not. English is a rich and varied language, but there's often confusion between apparently similar terms. For example, a lot of people don't know the difference in meaning between oratorios and operettas. Anyone taking the trouble to look them up will find that oratorios are a form of musical composition sung by a solo voice and chorus, but without stage, costume or scenery, whereas operettas are people who work in telephone exchanges. Meanings are constantly changing, so I'll ask the teams to share any new definitions that they may have spotted recently. So, Tim, can you start us?
Bacchanalian, to bet on a Martian.
And Rob?
Dependable, a confident swimmer.
Barry?
Stifling, Scottish dance for pigs.
Graeme?
Permit, a glove made of cat fur.
Parental, you never actually own the fruit.
Gastronomy, the study of Michelin stars.
Blistering, someone you enjoy calling on the phone.
Tabby, big church in Yorkshire.
Onomatopoeia, when you don't quite make the toilet bowl.
Mendips, cannibal buffet.
Begat, what you wear on a big egg.
Clamour, mallet for opening clams. Foreskin, to compel relatives.
Well, the teams are going to sing along to a selection of well-known discs now in the round called Pick Up Song. Oh. And this is where the teams sing along to a selection of records, so it's a bit like karaoke. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of the fad for karaoke in pubs. If I want to see some hopeless drunk ruining an Amy Winehouse song, I'll go to an Amy Winehouse concert. Yesterday, Samantha made her usual trip to the record library to choose the team's discs, where she found the archivists had organised a gambling school. And they suggested Samantha might enjoy either having a game of blackjack or some stud poker. Samantha is back and ready to give the discs a spin. You should each sing along with your record teams until Samantha turns the volume down. If, when the music returns, you're within a cheesy quaver of the disc, I'll be awarding points. And points mean the directions on a magnetic compass. What do points mean? And this week's prize is essential formal wear for your mother's cross-dressing brother. It's this beautiful uncle-length ball gown. Well, Barry, you're the start, and I'd like you to accompany Jerry Lee Lewis singing Great Balls of Fire.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much loving drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I left with love 'cause I thought it was funny. You came along and you moved me, honey. I've changed my mind, this love is fine. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Feels good. Hold me, baby. I wanna love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind. I gotta tell this world that you're mine, mine,
mine. So you're next, Graham, and I'd like you to accompany Kraftwerk singing The Model.
I'd like to take her home, that's understood. Bow, 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 bow. She plays hard to get, she smiles from time to time. Bow, 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 bow. It only takes a camera to change her mind. Bow, 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 bow. She's going out to nightclubs drinking just champagne. And she has been checking nearly all the men.
Okay, so Tim, I'd like you now to accompany Harry Nilsson singing Without You.
Could we have Harry Nilsson singing without Tim?
No, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving. But I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. It really shows. No, I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow. When I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know. I can't live. Living is without you. I can't live. I can't give any more. I can't live. 'Cause living is without you. Can't give any more.
Thank you very much, Tim. You should really try and reach those high notes with your hands above the desk. So finally you, Rob, please, would you accompany Queen singing Don't Stop Me Now?
And the world, I'll turn it inside out, yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Dootin', dootin', dootin'. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. It's too low. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you, you. Don't stop me.
Such a good time, having a ball. Stop me now. If you wanna have a good time.
Thank you, Rob. It was just like having Freddie in the room with us. Freddie Truman.
To be fair, Jack, it's a very difficult song.
Well, Freddie did it okay, didn't he? He's much trouble with it when he sang it. Okay, well, the teams are going to give full vent to their acting skills now in a round called Sound Charades. Now, this took the old TV favourite, Give Us a Clue, as its inspiration. And that's inspiration as in the expressions daylight inspiration, highway inspiration, and inspiration with violence. The undisputed mime meister of Give Us a Clue was, of course, Lionel Blair. But even he occasionally found himself thrown by the simplest of titles. As Christopher Biggins recalls, Lionel was only too pleased to receive the Dirty Dozen. But getting the sting afterwards soon wiped the smile off his face. So, Tim and Rob, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the plasma display screen. And the mystery voice at home, for listeners. Okay.
The Maltese Falcon. The Maltese Falcon.
It's 3 words, and it's a film, and it goes very much like this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's you come along Oxford Street. Here we are. Here's a chance to get a bit of money. Here's a chance to get a bit of money.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
sir, you want to have a go at this, sir?
Well, yes, what is it?
Right, give me a fiver first of all. So give me a fiver.
Right.
There you go. Now, if you can get this right, you can have the fiver back and doubled. All right, here we go. I'm going to take this small spherical chocolate. All right, there it is, small spherical chocolate. Right. Now then, keep a look at it. Keep a look at it. Right. I'm going to put it from here. I'm going to put it from here. I'm going to put it down to there. Right. If you can see it go down from here, up from there, down to there. Okay. You get double the money back. Okay. Ready. There we are. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Well, then I'll keep your money. Goodbye.
The end.
Small round chocolate, Malteser.
Yes.
The Malteser Falcon.
Well, it's not as simple as that. No, it was actually very clever.
The Maltese Falcon.
Yes. Yes.
Falcon.
Yes.
Oh, I see. That was fun. Let's try another one. There's a further title now being displayed for you, Barry and Graeme, and once more as the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Never mind the buzzcocks. Never mind the buzzcocks.
It's 4 words.
4 words. It's a TV programme.
Yes.
Goes like this.
Dougal.
Amy. You'll have had your tea.
Well, no. In fact, I popped round to borrow an egg.
Oh, it's borrow an egg, is it?
Well, I can let you have it back when I've finished with it.
Oh, very well, very well. Come away to the hen house.
They're not battery hens, are they?
No, not anymore. No, nowadays I run them off the mains.
Oh. James, look at the wee devils. They're lively enough.
Oh, they're sparky.
Oh, well, that's 240 volts for you.
It is, aye.
That cockerel looks full of beans. He's about to crow. Oh.
There he goes. And there's another one over there about to let rip.
Oh. Couldn't stand them making that noise all day.
Yeah, forget about them. What about the hens? Your eggs come hard-boiled. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And it's a TV show.
Yes.
4 words.
Yes.
Cash in the attic.
You'll never know how far away you were.
One of those words is correct.
Let's hens, cockerels.
Hencocks half hour. Is it?
It should be, but it isn't.
What noise did they make?
Cluck, cluck. Cock, cluck. What noise did they make? Cluck. Oh, buzz.
The buzzcock.
Have I got news for you? It's never mind the buzzcocks.
Well, best move on. It's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent.
Oh, boy.
But first, it's no exaggeration to say that we've received a letter. It comes from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She writes, "Dear Mr. President, what were the chances of someone called Mr. President actually getting that job? Yours sincerely, Mrs. Trellis. P.S. Love your butter." Okay, so on with the game, team. And can I say how excited we are to be playing it at the Old Vic, site of the first Game of Temperance Mornington Crescent, home to the only extant copy of N.F. Stovall's original rules. Yeah. To mark the occasion, we'll play according to the Southwark method. It's an open variation, of course, so remember, team, if pairing occurs during positional play after a neutral move, when all the diagonals are quartered, the overboard player must sacrifice fairlop in order to progress or risk passing at a secondary tangent. Yes.
Could you just run over that again for us, Jack?
I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to anyway. And of course, Tim, it requires you to start by making use of Mortimer's famous opening, please.
Right. I think I have to with Mortimer Mansion House.
That's a circus.
I don't think you've heard of Mortimer's, have you?
Can I, before we move on, Jack, if I deliberately played a secondary tangent, can I bypass fairlop? I don't say it to embarrass you. If you don't know, just genuinely say it.
No, it's a fair question, Rob, and it deserves a fair answer. If pairing occurs during positional play after a neutral move when all the diagonals are quartered, then yes, you can.
Okay, Hounslow East.
Hounslow East, yes.
Ooh. All the diagonals are quartered there.
No, that's quite all right. It's quite in order.
Yeah, but isn't he overboard?
I bypassed fairlop.
No, he's not. He's not. Because, no.
No, he's in nip then. No, he must be in nip.
Come on.
If you would just
You haven't lived.
listen for one moment. Tim premiered with Mansion House,
Yep.
which obviously takes Rob out of nip.
But it doesn't apply in an open variation, surely.
It does with Mortimer.
Do you want me to
That's
look
the
it
whole
up?
point of Mortimer.
All right, okay, let's look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not to be charged for this. We've got the book here, and we'll just have to look it up.
What book is that?
This is the 1938 edition, written by the Spencer twins.
Well, all three of them.
That's one.
What have the Spencer twins got to say on the matter?
Well, they are, as I correctly said, it does take Rob out of nip, and so what are you? Oh, so you're questioning the rule book?
In 1937, that might have been all right, but I mean, we play the modern rules here, don't we?
Well, I don't particularly want to have to go all the way down to the vaults to look up in the original
of course you've got
Stovall's
the
original.
The original. Well, I think that's got to be the.
All right, if you really want it that way.
knowledge, isn't
Okay,
it?
let's do it that way.
All
I'm
right.
sorry it's come to this. I'm sorry you've all had to become so petty. As far as I was concerned, it was an enjoyable game until you started questioning the rules.
Yes.
But now I'll go and find out for you. It doesn't say.
Gospel Oak.
Oakwood.
Yeah.
Mornington Crescent.
Yes.
It's music time again now with Swanee Kazoo. This is where the teams play duets combining the soothing glissando of the Swanee whistle with the cheeky chirrup of the kazoo. Once an unlikely pairing, the Swanee whistle and the kazoo now go together as naturally as pick and mix, or both and nostrils. Musical accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. You may not realise it, but Colin is worshipped at the piano. Every time he comes on stage, people say, "Oh God, Colin Sell." Tim and Rob, you can start, and I'd like you to provide us with a rendition of Summer Nights to feature Rob Brydon on the kazoo, Tim Brooke-Taylor on the Swanee whistle. Okay. Barry and Graeme now, I'd like you to provide us with a rendition of the Dam Busters March. Feature Barry Cryer on the kazoo and Graeme Garden on the Swanee whistle. Very good, but next time, Barry, could you please use the kazoo? Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a round of Parliamentary Songbook. Now, as we're doing a round about members of Parliament, it would be all too easy to get laughs out of their recent problems. So make a note of that, will you please, teams? One who springs to mind is Tony McNulty, MP. He claimed £60,000 in housing expenses despite still living at home with his parents. At the time, he was both employment minister and a very naughty boy. OK, teams, I'd like you please to suggest titles of songs likely to appeal to MPs and others involved with politics. So you can start us, please, Rob.
Mandy.
Barry.
There's a hole in my blanket.
Tim.
Thoroughly modern Miliband.
Graeme.
My Funny Heseltine.
You put your Nick Clegg in, your Nick Clegg out.
I want to be NP, but I can't be NP until you be NP too.
On the street where you claim to live.
Treasury, when you lose control and you got no soul, it's treasury.
Super tally, fake statistics, expenses, sod the voters.
I just don't know what to do with my wealth.
You say UKIP and I say bollocks.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the little Jack Horner of fate pulls out his plums of doom, before the school matron of destiny says cough. I notice it's the end of the show, so from the team, Samantha, myself, and the good people here at the Old Vic Theatre in London, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Rob Brydon were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Naismith.
And Jack Dee and the teams will be back at the same time next week.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week in the fine city of Chichester at the Festival Theatre. Archaeological research has established that this area was the first part of Britain to be occupied by the various subspecies of early man, and there's evidence that Neanderthals mated with humans. It's called Portsmouth. Under the Plantagenet King John, the city came under the control of Richard Hume, the first Bishop of Chichester, who was responsible for collecting the king's taxes. Hume became notorious for his womanising and debauchery, and when he failed to pass taxes on, King John ordered his bishopric be removed. A noted early member of Parliament for Chichester was William Huskisson. He found his place in history on the 15th of September 1830, when he became the first person in the world to be run over by a train. An avid promoter of steam railway, Huskisson's last words were that he felt chuffed to bits. Let's meet the teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. On my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and David Mitchell. And settling down on my left hand, please welcome our delightful scorer, the ever-lovely Samantha. OK, teams, let's get on with this. The first round is called Undelivered Letters. And down the annals of history, there must be thousands of letters which never got delivered for one reason or another. Possibly they were addressed badly or didn't have the right value stamps, or perhaps someone made the simple mistake of sending them via Royal Mail. So I'd like the teams to suggest the contents of letters which went astray, but which otherwise might have changed the course of history. So Barry, you can start.
Dear Mr. Bin Laden, your new address labels are ready for collection.
David?
This is one to Hitler. Dear Herr Hitler, sorry for taking a while to get back to you. Think your paintings are extremely promising. Do hope you haven't embarked on another career.
Graeme?
This one's to Moses. Dear Moses, I'm writing to seek compensation for the damage done by your unruly children of Israel. Last Saturday night, they caused a great nuisance, marching around the town about 7 times, playing trumpets and I don't know what. To cap it all, they did severe damage to our ice cream parlour, yours truly, Walls of Jericho.
Tim?
Dear Prince Albert, your handwriting is terrible, but we recommend putting vodka in the water if you want to get your pianist pissed.
This one's from Marie Antoinette. Dear starving Parisians, I'm so sorry for my insensitive remarks. I had no idea that you didn't have any cake either. One last suggestion, cornflakes?
There's one here from William Caxton to the editor of The Guardian. He writes, Dear Sid, you may be interested to learn that I've regently invested the Pronting Prise. This invention will greatly improve the prediction of your nest piper. All inquiries to me, Wilmar Caxtoff, solutions for all your pronting neds.
Well, it's music time now, with the game called One Song to the Tune of Another. Musical accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. By the way, we have to apologise to anyone who thought they'd got tickets for Colin's last concert. It turns out it wasn't. I'll start with you, Tim. I'd like you to sing the words of Milkshake by Khalees to the tune of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like it's better than yours. Damn right it's better than yours, I can teach you, but I have to charge. I know you want it, the thing that makes me woof woof, what the guys go crazy for. I think it's time, warm it up, la la la, la la la, the boys are waiting, woof woof.
Thank you, Tim. I think it was the passion that made that so moving. So you now, Barry, I'd like you to sing the words of Anarchy in the UK to the tune of Singing in the Rain.
I am an antichrist. I am an anarchist. Don't know what I want, but I know how to get it. I want to destroy the passerby, 'cause I want to be anarchy, no dogs for thee. Anarchy for the UK, it's coming sometime, and maybe I give a wrong time. Stop a traffic line. Your future dream is a shopping scheme, 'cause I wanna be anarchy.
So now it's your turn, David. Can you sing the words of A Whiter Shade of Pale to the tune of the theme from The Muppet Show?
We skipped the light fandango, turned cartwheels, crossed the floor. Was feeling kinda seasick, but the crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. So it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale. She said there is no reason, the truth is plain to see. I wandered through my playing cards and they would not let her be one of 16 Vestal virgins who were leaving for the coast. And although my eyes were open wide, they might have just as well been closed.
I miss Jeremy.
Finally, Graeme, I'd like you to sing the words of I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred to the tune of the chorus of the Hebrew Slaves.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me, I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts, and I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan, and I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing, I'm a model, you know what I mean.
Remember, those aren't available in the shops. The next game is called Who Am I? And Samantha will now attach a post-it note to each panellist's forehead. And I've written on each post-it note the name of a certain famous person. All attached? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Samantha. Okay, teams, it's time to play Who Am I? Each of you can ask up to a maximum of 20 yes-no type questions to find out who you are. Okay, so you can start, Tim.
Okay, is my character female?
No idea.
No idea.
That's one question you've had now, Tim. One question.
Am I Henry VIII?
Absolutely correct. Well done, Tim. Right, you'll go, David. Start questioning your opponents.
Is my character male?
No idea.
No, I don't know.
Don't know.
Well, not.
Well, that's your first question gone, David.
Okay, am I Gordon Brown?
Yes, well done, David. Yes, it's done very well. Your turn, Barry.
Is my character British?
No.
Don't know.
It's not definite.
No.
There's one question you've had, Barry.
I'm Florence Nightingale, aren't I?
Indeed you are. Very good. Finally, Graeme.
Is my character still alive?
Alive now.
Right.
That's your first question gone, Graeme.
Yeah, I got it. I'm Peter Andre.
Absolutely correct. Right, you know, went very well indeed. I think perhaps next time we'll try the other version with the names written on the outside. This next round is concerned with visits to the doctor. We all go for regular checkups these days, but a recent survey discovered that over 60% of hospital consultations are completely unnecessary. I must mention that to my gynaecologist. Health scares are all the rage at the moment, with a massive range of types of flu to choose from. There's swine flu that came from Mexican pigs, avian flu that came from French mineral water. And now there's boiler flu that makes you faint when you get the bill from your heating engineer. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Tim and David. You're suffering from an unusual medical complaint and have just been called for your appointment with Doctors Barry and Graeme. You must outline your symptoms to them, and they will be awarded points based on how accurately they're able to diagnose your condition. So the identity of your complaint is now being displayed to the audience via the plasma display screen. For listeners at home, here's the mystery voice. Okay.
Tim and David think their father Christmas. Tim and David think their Father Christmas.
Right, Tim and David, start outlining your symptoms now.
There are a lot of things wrong. I suppose if I'd had to sum it up, I'd say back problems.
Yeah, back problems. Yeah, it's a lot to do at this time of the year, isn't it?
My work is affecting my health.
I'm worried about getting the sack, to be honest.
Has this got a Christmas connotation?
Well, yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Yeah.
Well, in many ways it's over by Christmas, but it's, it seems to start earlier every year. Right?
Do you...
Yeah.
Do you have to travel much in your job?
We do. We do have to travel quite a bit. Would you like to sit on my knee? Have you been a good boy? Oh, yes, you have, I can see.
Yes.
OK, time's up.
Your problem is that you're Father Christmas.
Well done, what's okay? Your turn to be the patients, Barry and Graeme, and you've just been summoned into the surgery of Dr. David and Dr. Tim, and the identity of your mystery medical condition now be displayed to the audience, while here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Barry and Graeme are a man with two heads. Barry and Graeme are a man with two heads.
Off you go, Barry and Graeme.
Hello, welcome. Does this hurt?
Well, to be honest, I was in two minds about coming here today.
Me too.
Yeah.
I keep feeling I'm being watched.
Yeah, I'm tired all the time. I nodded off this morning twice.
Now, this morning I was smoking my pipe while I was doing my teeth, and I thought, this is no way to live.
Well, don't panic. Let's all put our heads together and discuss it.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself indecisive in pressure situations? Or?
Well, it depends which way you look at it.
Would you say you were happy or sad?
Well, my wife says I'm two-faced, but I mean, it's costing me a fortune in hats.
Some days I just think I'm talking to myself, you know.
I think basically, have you just got two heads?
Split personality.
Well done, that's a relief to both of us. The next game is about programme titles. Coming up with a clever title is often the key to a show's success. Take Radio 4's Thinking Aloud, for example. Until I saw it written down, I didn't realise that aloud was spelt as in allowed rather than allowed. So thinking aloud actually means thinking aloud. Proof, as if it were needed, of the brilliance of a punning radio title. OK, I'd like the teams to take the part of continuity announcers trailing radio or TV programmes which have been chosen purely on the basis of a catchy title. Barry, you can start.
Later on Radio 4 today, Dale Winton goes to visit the Yorkshire Dales. Or does he? Dale or no Dale?
David?
Later on ITV2, David and Victoria Beckham discuss how their marriage has survived both the good times and the bad. That's thick and thin how we got through it.
Graeme.
After the news, we join Anthony McPartlin before he puts his trousers on in the morning. That's ants in his pants.
Tim.
In the programme later in the week, our celebrity would-be fish wrestling referee handles his first match tonight in Between a Rock, Salmon and a Hard Place. Sorry, I'll read it again.
Later on Channel 4, leading plastic surgeon Simon Wallace discusses recent advances in breast augmentation following successful grafting procedures involving skin taken from the lower buttock. That's arse over tit.
Tonight sees the first episode of our new drama series set in the emergency room of a busy cottage hospital in Devon. At 9 o'clock, tune in to OOR.
Coming up on Radio 4 Longwave, former umpire Dickie Bird starts an in-depth four-part analysis of bowling actions over the past half-century, investigating the decline of the full toss or beamer in English cricket. That's Dickie Bird in Nobody Gives a Toss later this evening.
In the last programme in our pottery season, we'll be showing you how to finish the outsides of plates or bowls in A Guide to Rimming.
Tonight's documentary tells the strange story of Sigmund Freud and his time as a market gardener. 1912, Vienna saw the father of psychiatry tending his greenhouse at the world-famous cafe run, surprisingly, by a family of weasels. 9 o'clock tonight, you can hear all about Freud growing tomatoes at the Weasels' Top Cafe.
This week's Archive Hour provides another chance to see gardening legend Percy Thrower reveal his extensive collection of fine bone china, much of which he's been able to identify blindfolded. That's Point Percy at the porcelain. This one.
Elderly relatives get a sexy makeover in Grand Designs.
The next game is all about helplines. Just this week I bought a CD of the electric organ version of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, but it didn't work, so I rang the helpline, and guess what? They played me a quarter of an hour of it for only £1.50 a minute. Really, what a fine service that was. So the team's going to recreate the helpline experience for us now. So Tim and David, you are dissatisfied customers demanding your money back. Barry and Graeme, you're manning the phones at a mobile phone company, and your job is to explain why Tim and David are not entitled to a refund. So off you go.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold.
Mobile warehouse?
Oh, yeah, we're ringing up about our phone.
Hello?
It's this mobile phone we bought from you. We keep getting cut off.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Are you
Still
there?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're here.
We're not happy with our phone. Did you gather that?
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, the ringtone we're not happy with. We can't change it, and at the moment it's a pistol shot.
But that will ensure, a quiet environment when you're making a phone call. A pistol shot will do it.
After the screaming dies down.
You have yourself to yourself. That's what people crave.
Yes, and you don't get many missed calls.
No.
It's also wiped all our addresses and contacts.
Ah, well, that's our fresh start offer. You relive your life
and make new friends.
Indeed.
Yes.
Also, the predictive text on it is obscene. It always comes out as various slang terms for genitals.
Well, it's predictive, sir. You're bound to say it one day. Quite possibly in a few moments' time.
You got cut off, I think, there. Let's try that the other way around. This time, Barry and Graeme, you're the dissatisfied customers. Tim and David, you're manning the helpline of a health spa. And again, your job is to explain to Barry and Graeme that they're not entitled to a refund and why. So off you go.
Hello?
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 Hello, have you put the coin in?
Yes.
No, my back's gone out.
Well, tell him to come back in.
We're phoning about the fitness club that you run, and we're very disappointed.
Why?
My back's gone out.
Yeah. We're worse after a visit there.
Yeah.
No, you just feel worse.
Yeah.
You're actually a lot better. You're on the road through agony to happiness.
I think we were happier before we came to your club, and we were not entirely impressed by the apparatus that you had on display there for the use by your clients.
Exactly.
No.
Which ones have you got in mind?
Stationary bicycle.
Yes.
exercise bike. I think, they work better if you secure them to the floor. I was halfway down the shops before I realised.
Right.
Sorry you're disappointed with that. We'll see what we can do about it.
And at least you could put a bell on it.
Exactly. And my back's gone out.
Yeah, his back's gone out, yeah.
Well, I think it's good that your back's getting out and about more.
I find your replies very glib.
Yeah. Well, like the staff. We found the staff very rude.
Indeed. What was his name? Kevin?
Kevin, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he was
okay.
the worst. Bring that bike back, he said.
Yeah. What's that about?
There's nobody here called Kevin that works here.
Oh, yes, that's a denial. That's the company line, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you'll find Kevin does work there.
He was in charge of the plunge pool.
And what was wrong with the plunge pool?
Well, a bit of water would have helped.
Exactly.
We can't, I'm sorry.
Sorry, we'd love to.
But there's all the drownings. We had to...
It's just health and safety, basically. We can't...
But I hurt me head.
Did you drown?
No, but I put my back out.
He put his back out.
And the parallel bars...
Yes.
Yeah?
Both closed.
I mean, it was Kevin who said to me, do you want to try some push-ups? I said, yes. He brought a tray of suppositories.
Did you not enjoy that?
I didn't, and he put his back out.
It's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to squeeze in a special round for gardeners. We should remind listeners who are tidying their gardens at this time of year that burning piles of damp leaves can cause a lot of annoyance to neighbours. Another good one is to park across their drive. So before we go, we'll have a round of Gardeners Film Club where I invite the teams to suggest titles of films likely to be popular with an audience of gardening enthusiasts. So, David, you can start us off.
A strimmer runs through it.
Barry.
The night my cucumber came up.
Tim.
The compost man always rings twice.
Graeme.
The Taking of Pelargonium 1, 2, 3.
Carrots of Fire with music by Van Trellis.
Mary Goldfinger, produced by Cubby Broccoli.
Humphrey Bogart is Sam Spade in The Maltese Lawnmower.
Crouching Tiger Lily, Hidden Snapdragon.
The Lion, the Witch and the Lawnmower.
Who's Afraid of Virginia Creeper?
The Lawnmowers of Navarone.
The Manchurian Candy Tuft.
The Lawnmower has landed.
There was that Oscar-winning film, wasn't there? The Weeder. Oh, thanks very much.
Harry Pottingshed and the Lawnmower of Secrets.
Full Petal Jacket.
Bring me the hedge of Alfredo Garcia.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the celebrity chef of time gets his finger stuck in the pasta maker of destiny, and the pasta maker threatens she'll take legal action, it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself, and the good people of Chichester, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Graeme Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and David Mitchell were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the show that's guaranteed to bring the hearse down. You join us today in the fine city of Birmingham. The town's industrial origins go back to the 14th century, when peasants, finding iron ore and coal deposits, started to experiment to produce hot smelting fires and to fashion basic farm tools. It was only after decades of failure they realized that iron doesn't burn and lumps of coal make lousy shovels. But they persevered, and eventually Birmingham expanded with the Industrial Revolution. Still little larger than a village in the 1790s, the population had grown by 1850 to nearly 250,000, thanks to the success of high-quality manufacturing and the failure of low-quality contraception. With the growth in production came a canal system so extensive that Birmingham is often described as the Venice of the North. History relates that when Canaletto was commissioned to paint the Renaissance splendour of the Grand Canal of Venice, he climbed from the Piazza San Marco onto the Bridge of Sighs and, admiring the Doge's palace, remarked, "Bloody hell, it looks just like Birmingham." We are today guests at Birmingham's Alexandra Theatre, where the newly refurbished stage accommodates lavish musical productions and attracts top shows from the West End. But the Alex enjoys a broad repertoire and doesn't only present big names guaranteeing box office success. Not by a long chalk. Let's meet the teams. They are, on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Jeremy Hardy. And a warm welcome, please, for our lovely scorer, the delightful Samantha. Okay, as the internet continues to grow, websites become ever more useful. In fact, websites and email have assumed such a prominence as the means to disseminate and share today's popular culture that very soon we won't need walls in public toilets at all. Teams, I've commissioned a special internet literate game called Spot the Website, in which I'll ask you to share some of your favourite website and email addresses, past and present. And Tim, will you start, please?
O.J. Simpson. O.J. / escape.
Harry.
Titanic at iceberg. Dash.
Bert at BBC 2F- long stop.
EastEnders at ... cotton .
The Prostate Society. Desperate at WC4A/. Oh, and another slash.
Guardian. Slop, dick, backward slash.
Clinton at it, oh, don't stop.
Robert the Bruce at website. Oh, yes, he did.
Prince Charles. Charles at 50, Queen stop, no chance stop.
Trevor MacDonald at news.at.10.bong.
MFI at unbeatable price / bracket missing, return no chance.
Okay, the teams are going to sing for us now. The game is called One Song to the Tune of Another, a concept of such glaring simplicity it takes but a second to explain. Each player has in front of him a song sheet from which the music has been removed. This can be done by obscuring it with a felt tip pen, but in fact we use Tipp-Ex. I say Tipex, but any good quality correction fluid will do. There are several reputable brands available at most office equipment shops and high street stationers. Although by the term high street, we really mean any retail site marketing fast-moving consumer goods. If they're out of stock and can't suggest an alternative local supplier, ask them to give you a mail order address. We, in fact, get ours from the 4th floor stationery cupboard. I say 4th floor, but every floor has one, except the 8th, of course, because that's where the canteen is. Now, teams, at this point, I know what you must be thinking. You must be thinking, where does the canteen manager get her Tipex from? Well, she doesn't need Tipex because her staff don't play one song to the tune of another. There you have it. The tunes to go with your song lyrics will be played at the piano by Colin Sell. Listeners may be interested to learn that Colin constantly receives notes from avid pop fans. Here's one. 2 extra bottles of Tizer, but no Vimto. We'll start with you. Will you please sing the words of Where Did You Get That Hat to the tune of Aled Jones's lovely Walking in the Air song.
Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat? Isn't it a nobby one and such a lovely song? I should like to have one just to say that hello. Wherever I go, they shout hello. Where did you get that
You now, Jeremy, will you please sing the words of Great Balls of Fire to the tune of My Favourite Things?
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I loved your love 'cause I thought it was funny. You came along and moved me, honey. I changed my mind, this love is fine. Kiss me, baby, I'm so good. Hold me, baby, well. I want to love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind, I could tell it was that you're mine.
Graeme, will you please sing the words of The Gas Man Cometh by Flanders and Swan to the tune of Elvis's The Wonder of You?
'Twas on a Monday morning. The gas man came to call. The gas tap wouldn't turn. I wasn't getting gas at all. He tore out all the skirting boards to try and find the main, and I had to call a carpenter to put them back again. 'Twas on a Tuesday morning. The carpenter came round. He hammered and he chiseled, and he said, "Look what I found. Your joists are full of dry rot, but I'll put it all to rights." Then he nailed right through a cable, and out went all the lights.
And finally, Barry, will you please sing the words of Windmill in Old Amsterdam to the tune of Land of Hope and Glory?
A mouse lived in a windmill in old Amsterdam. A windmill with a mouse in, and he wasn't grousing. He sang every morning, how lucky I am, living in a windmill in old Amsterdam. I saw a house where there on the
Okay, it's time we moved on. I've noticed that word games are all the rage these days, so I thought what a great idea it would be to play one on I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Or as it's known to lovers of anagrams, oily nuns have cats in with 2 E's and an R left over. And how true that is. Perhaps the most ingenious of these games is Richard Whiteley's marvellous Countdown show. As I tuned in the other day, the thought suddenly occurred to me that there ought to be a board game version of this with letters on small plastic tiles to be arranged to form words that score points based on difficulty and length. But what to call such a game? Well, the teams put their heads together and came up with a specially made-up original title to suit such a word game. So let's get on with a game of Cluedopoly and ladders. Or Scrabble, as it's sometimes known. Graeme, we'll start with you. Can you make a word?
I've got to pick up some letters.
Yeah.
Should we pick up 32, isn't it? You're allowed. There's only one word on the board. It. Oh, I've got an S.
Hits.
Plural. Oh, or I could make
Yeah.
that too, yes. Hits. There we go. Pick up some more letters now. Pick up some more.
Right, I've got Mau, so I get a double word score, don't I?
I've got AWORD. Is that a word? We'll allow that one, I think. All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, blank, 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 blank.
Tell us what the
blank,
dirty words are.
Blank. That's the Tory manifesto.
Let's get in the bag here. Somebody put down laugh. I'll turn that into slaughterhouse. Yeah. Got a triple in there.
I've got a piece of lead piping.
I thought you were just pleased to see me.
Okay, the teams are now going to play the game that takes its name from Cheddar Gorge, just one of many food-related place names with interesting stories. Not far from here is Spaghetti Junction, so called because in winter months the council employs men to throw on a powder that makes the whole place smell of dry catsick. And then there's the Greek city of Marathon, which once lent its name to a popular chocolate bar, before the town reverted to its original ancient Macedonian name of Snickersopolis. As everyone will have guessed, the object of Cheddar Gorge is for each player to utter a single word in turn to form a sentence, but without ever completing that sentence. If I judge that a full stop has been reached, you'll hear this. This week's subject is a weather forecast. And will you start, please, Tim?
Tomorrow,
There.
Will.
Be a warm
Scattered.
and
yet.
even
Tempered.
sort of a
Hurricane.
coming
In.
from
Hail Zorin.
in
The.
way
Of.
a
Warm.
Yet.
Windy.
Hurricane.
Yet.
Also.
George.
And.
Mildred.
Utsira. Do you remember Mildred Utsira?
Utsira.
My first wife.
Dogger.
Dot.
Rising.
Slash.
Later.
Which is the
Blustery.
and
Yet.
the
Pert.
and
Strangely.
perennial,
Conundrum.
which we find
In.
Richard
Of.
slash
Later.
although
Some.
of
My.
relations
Have.
been
Snowed. Is that some druggy reference?
under
Which
the
cleaners
have
found
the
snowplow.
which mercy hump mercy
Places.
I'd like to bring this game to an end, but my horn has atrophied. It's time now for a round of chat-up lines. It's becoming ever more difficult for singles to find love these days, and many look to unlikely places in the hope of meeting a partner. All-night supermarkets have recently become a popular haunt for desperate, lonely types, particularly between household cleansers and refuse sacks in aisle 12 of Aylesbury Tesco's, between midnight and 2:30 on Fridays. Or so I'm told. Thanks for the tip, Tim. Spotting a potential partner in a store is all very well, but there is still the question of a suitable opening line. Graeme tells us he's often propositioned with the gambit, "I didn't recognize you in colour." While Barry makes many new friends following the line, "Come with us while we have a look in your bag." Politicians are especially troubled in this area, team, so I'd like you please to suggest chat-up lines that might suit MPs, parliamentarians and the like. Jeremy, you start.
Would the Right Honourable Lady agree?
Haven't I seen you round the Commons? Which Common was it? My name's Robin Cook. Where are you going?
I'm Black Rod, and I've got the keys to the whip's office.
I have an opening for a researcher.
I suppose losing my deposit's out of the question.
How would you like to spend an evening with a standing member?
Mind if I poll you?
Would you like to come out with me, Minister? Eyes to the right, nose to the left. What a pretty face. It's a joint like this doing in a sun like yours. Get your ermine, you've pulled.
It's high time we played Radio Through the Keyhole. Despite what might be inferred from the name, this doesn't involve shoving a wireless set through a small hole. Although anyone who's met the controller of Radio 4 recently must have been sorely tempted. This is, in fact, a cunningly adapted version of the hit TV show where Lloyd Grossman roots around someone's house giving clues while a panel of experts make wild guesses as to what language he's using. Obviously, the radio version can't have cameras snooping around people's homes, so instead I've had 2 cubicles mocked up exactly to replicate celebrity houses. And I can promise you, teams, absolutely no expense has been spent. Tim and Jeremy, I'd like you to be the first to visit the cubicle. And while you make your way there, the name of your mystery celebrity will be transmitted to the audience via the laser display board. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Jeffrey Archer. Jeffrey Archer.
Okay, Tim and Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Start your description now, please.
Well, the first thing that strikes is this Oxford University scarf with the price tag still on. Clearly unworn. Also on the side here, interesting, a platform ticket.
Really? Oh, and look, it's in a brown envelope.
Totally styleless.
Oh, what's this here? Spot remover.
Apply to back only. Certainly a fascinating book collection.
Lots of books.
Tracing paper inside some of them, rather strange.
Okay, Barry and Graeme, start.
Well, a wealth of clues there. Radio 4 springs to mind. Radio 4 soap. Yes, a rural epic. Ambridge. Are we getting warm? Not Ambridge, no.
I think
not the
positively
Archers.
frigid.
Not the Archers, no. Maybe one of the Archers. Maybe one.
Oh,
not
what a
Schuler. Is it Lord Archer?
Yes. In a manner of speaking. Yes, correct.
Right, your turn, Graeme and Barry. Would you please enter your cubicle now? And the identity of your mystery celebrity is now being broadcast on the laser display. And here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Jeffrey Boycott. Jeffrey Boycott.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can. In a very interesting room here, aren't we? Yes, Lloyd. It's uncanny, isn't it? It's quite a long room. It's about 22 yards long. Yes, that's right. Oh, look, a little wax statue of Freddie Truman. Oh, yeah. Handy place to keep the pins. There's a desk here, a lot of paperwork. Well, big pile of P45s. Look at this, Graeme. What? Panama hat. Good God. Very large, isn't it? Oh, come on. Look, mind yourself, Barry. You could trip over that. Well, whoever it is, they've written a book. Look. First edition, 10,000 copies, and here they all are. Who would live in a house like this?
We reckon it's Jeffrey Boycott.
Well, it's almost the end of the show, but it's just time to squeeze in a round of Pensioners' Songbook. Samantha is off to help the elderly gentleman who's moving to a home from the flat beneath hers. She was always popping in to make sure everything was okay down below. And as a result, he became a surprisingly firm friend. She says it's a shame she couldn't have known him longer. So while she's away, I'll ask the teams to suggest song titles to suit an audience of pensioners and senior citizens. Graeme, will you start, please?
You say tomatoes, and I say, Dirt. Another one bites the crust.
We're all going on a saga holiday. Stairlift to heaven.
Hit me with your walking stick.
The hippie replacement. Wide-eyed and legless with hot chocolate.
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Twist and gout.
I heard it through the deaf aid.
I'm putting in my top set.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
You've lost that loving feeling by the Arthritis Brothers. Hey, you're adorable. Hey. Baby, will you light the fire? I'm staying alive.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the red, red robin of time goes bob, bob, bobbing under the snowplough of destiny, and the sage and onion stuffing mixture of fate is rammed up the eternally unfrozen turkey of damnation, I notice it's time to go. So from the teams, Samantha and myself, and the fine folk of Birmingham, it's goodbye.
Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden and Jeremy Hardy were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Naismith.
Present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today at the Yvonne Arnault Theatre in Guildford, a town offering many surprises to the first-time visitor. It's not every Surrey commuter town that can boast not only a bustling bohemian Latin quarter, but also a Moorish citadel surrounded by a warren of dark, sinister streets that provided film locations for Truffaut, Fassbinder and Bergman. And neither can Guildford. The town really started to grow during the Industrial Revolution after the construction of the Way Navigation Canal, providing 19th century merchants with the means to distribute their new products and 20th century consumers with somewhere to dump their old ones. In 1837, Josiah Hawkins came here to build England's first ever paper mill. Sadly, during the great gale of 1838, it blew away. Today's show is the first in a brand new series. We have new games, new songs, and a new time slot. In fact, it's difficult to think of a single element that isn't fresh and up to date. Four elements, however. On my left, Graeme Garden and Barry Cryer. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Fred Macaulay. Sadly, our regular scorer, Samantha, can't be with us this week as she's preparing for a cultural exchange in Lapland. She's round at the local Scandinavian club trying a spot of lap dancing. So please welcome in her place the very muscular Sven. We start with the round taking business and marketing as a theme. You know, it's all too easy to forget that what made Britain a world power was her firm commercial foundation and finely honed skills in trading with other nations. That and marching over them with a bloody great army. But not all businesses and products have met with unqualified success. I'd like the teams to suggest some examples that would have spelled certain commercial disaster. Barry, will you start, please?
Lewinsky Dry Cleaners. So why buy a new dress? Stick to the old one.
Fred.
What about Willie Thorne Hair Gel? Or Harry Thorne Willie Gel?
Graham?
The Robin Cook Department of Plastic Surgery.
Pickett and Dodd, tax specialists.
The John Prescott School of Elocution.
Robbie Fowler's English usage.
Okay, now, we're going to play a game called One Song to the Tune of Another. But don't worry, teams, despite the title, this really couldn't be much simpler. Our first requirement for this is lots of songs, and we find these by popping along to the nearest record library. Now, I should explain. When I say record library, I don't mean a library that's a record, in that it's, say, the smallest or largest in the world. The smallest would be no good anyway, because presumably it has very little in it. And the largest library in the world is in Sao Paulo, so that's under the nearest rule. That is, unless, of course, you happen to live in Sao Paulo, in which case it could be on your doorstep. Who knows, you might even work at the library and already play this game in the staff room during your break, in which case it could hardly be nearer. And in passing, may I also congratulate you on your command of English language songs. Now, I can guess what you're about to ask, teams. As per usual, you're thinking, where are we going to find a bilingual Brazilian librarian in Guildford at this time of night? Well, we don't have to, because anyone can play one song to the tune of another. You really don't need to be a musical genius. And, to prove the point, all too graphically, we have Colin Sell at the piano. Tim, we'll start with you. Yeah, a round of applause for Colin. It's better to make certain of it at the beginning. Tim, we'll start with you. Will you please sing the words of Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side to the tune of A Bicycle Made for Two?
Holly came from Miami, FLA, hitchhiked her way across the USA, plucked her eyebrows on the way, shaved her legs, and then he was a she. She said, hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. Hey, honey, take a walk on the wild side. And the colored girls go do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Candy.
Okay, Graham, now, will you please sing the words of Knees Up, Mother Brown to the tune of Sailing By?
Knees up, Mother Brown. Well, knees up, Mother Brown. Come along, dearie, let it go. E-I-E-I-E-I-E-I-O. It's your blooming birthday. Let's wake up all the town. So knees up, don't get the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Come along, dearie, let it go. E-I-E-I-E-I-E-I-O.
Fred, will you please sing the words of The Laughing Policeman to the tune of Elvis's Hound Dog?
policeman. He's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man. He really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman. He's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ho 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 ho. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ho.
And finally, Barry, will you please sing the words of Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing to the...
That's what I need.
to the tune of Swanee.
Fiddler on the Roof. Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger and stronger. And I get that feeling I want sexual healing, sexual healing. Oh, baby makes me feel so fine. It helps to relieve my mind.
Well, while Sven busily tots up the score, we move on to our next round, which is a tribute to that recent surprise TV success, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's the general knowledge quiz hosted by Chris Tarrant, where obscenely large amounts of cash can be carried off nightly by some lucky individual with no obvious special talent, chosen quite arbitrarily, called Chris Tarrant. In our specially adapted Radio 4 version of the Big Money Quiz, our lucky contestants get the chance to win up to $1 million in the South American currency of their choice. Up to the maximum sterling equivalent of a fiver. They simply have to answer a series of questions relating to the shipping forecast. So, let's play Who Wants to Be in Finisterre? To decide who goes first, I have to challenge our teams to put 4 things in order against the clock. Colin Searle will be creating a sense of tension on his keyboard teams. So, fingers on keypads, and starting with the first and ending with the last, put these 4 in order, please. A, B, C, and finally D. Off you go. Okay, let's see who got it right. But more importantly, who was the fastest? And with a time of just 8.7 minutes, I see Tim Brooke-Taylor. Well, Tim, you go first. Well done.
Thank you.
Tim is an unemployable university graduate from Buxton. And he says if he goes all the way and wins the fiver, he's going to buy a new centre forward for Derby County. He didn't say what he'd do with the other £3.
They don't have to be expensive with our manager.
Okay, Tim, now you have 3 lifelines. You can ask the audience, go 50-50, or phone a friend. And here's your question. Tim, what does showers good mean?
Showers good. This is what English British people say during Wimbledon fortnight, when they can't get in at Wimbledon, and they go, oh, showers good. Something like that.
Okay, well, is that A, B, C, or D?
I think it's D, but can I phone a friend?
If you want to phone a friend, yes.
Here's the number.
You mean I've got to dial it?
Shall I dial it, Hump? Here we go. Hello, are you there?
Hello, this is Stephen Hawking. I am not in just now. If you know the secret to the origins of the universe, press 1. If you are on Who Wants to Be in Finisterre, choose answer D.
Thank you, Steve. You're a pal. D, Hump.
Is that your final answer?
D's my final answer, Hump.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
That's your final answer. For those of you listening at home, your radio set hasn't gone wrong. I'm just going through a repertoire of excruciating facial contortions. Okay, with the money you've earned still climbing, Barry now, what was the area known as Southeast Iceland originally called?
Southeast B-Jam.
Is that A, B, C, or D?
A.
Is that your final answer?
No, I'm just deaf. I said A. No, A.
Oh, well done. Now, Graeme, which area name literally means end of the world?
Milton Keynes.
You're going with B then. I said you're going with B then. Take your time.
No. I'm going with A, Milton Keynes.
This is getting very exciting now. Fred, now, you've got a total of 40 pence, and it's this question to double it, all right? Who is sailing by?
I think there's a comma in there, and the answer is Robert Maxwell. I am sailing by.
Was that A, B, C, or D?
I'm not tense enough. Can I phone the audience?
Well, not quite.
A, please.
Are you going to stay with that? You're going to stay with A, are you?
Stick with A.
Final answer?
Final answer.
What's that noise that keeps getting... Things, you've got £1.20, you can have the cheque now or you can gamble it. The question is for Graeme. Do you want to take it, Oh, sorry, I thought that was the question. Do you want to take it, Graeme?
Can I go 50-50?
So I've heard.
The question is, how was Colin Sell reviewed during his tour of British shipping stations and inshore coastal waters?
I think I know this one. Mainly variable, becoming poor.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You had £1.20?
Thank you.
If you'd said A, woohoo, you'd have lost it. If you'd said B, you'd have lost it. If you said C or D, you'd have lost it.
I think we all know who's lost it.
Okay. Now, as we drive around the highways of Britain, we've all spotted those slightly ragged individuals standing at the side of the road holding up place names. Possibly as a result of the minimum wage, many local authorities are now replacing these people with metal posts. And yet another traditional skill is lost. This will leave only the hardy hitchhiker to raise a cheery thumb, followed swiftly by two adjoining fingers as anticipated free lift speeds off into the distance. Motorists should be warned that unscrupulous hitchhikers have taken to conning unsuspecting motorists by positioning an attractive young woman on the curbside. Our own Barry Cryer, in an act of selfless generosity, stopped to help over a dozen in less than 100 yards on one night. On one night in just these circumstances, according to his solicitor. Okay, teams, you're going to take turns to be motorists and hitchhikers. The object of the game is for the drivers to guess what unfortunate secret their passengers are harbouring. Graeme and Barry, I'd like you to start, please, and you can be the drivers. After about a mile or so, I'd like you to stop to pick up Tim and Fred. They're the hitchhikers. As they get into your car, we shall signal this secret to the audience via the laser display board.
They think Barry and Graeme are their parents. They think Barry and Graeme are their parents.
Are you ready? Then start motoring.
Brum, brum.
Brum, brum. That mile went past quickly, didn't it?
It did indeed.
Look, there's two hitchhikers.
I say, let's stop and pick them up.
Nah.
I think you're right.
Oh, all right.
Get in, chaps.
Hop in, lads.
Why should we?
They seem a touch aggressive.
Yes. Well, you had your thumbs out. I assume they're your thumbs.
Sorry, were you talking to me again?
Yes.
Boring, boring.
Tim's leaning on me.
I'm not leaning on you. Can we have the Teletubbies song again, please?
They sound a bit childish.
Yes, childish. Childish, and arguing amongst themselves.
Tim's saying I'm a girl.
You are a girl, whatever a girl is. Are we nearly there yet?
Can I open the window?
I want to have a wee.
Do you think they're our kids?
Yeah.
Okay, your turn to be the drivers this time, Tim and Fred. You're the hitchhikers, of course, Barry and Graeme. Same rules apply. Off you go.
Barry and Graeme think they are 3 feet tall. Barry and Graeme think they are 3 feet tall.
Don't let's pick up any bald or grey-haired men.
Am I driving?
I hope so. I've heard of automatics, but this is ridiculous. Ah, let's let these two in. Welcome into the car.
Thank you very much. Who spoke then?
It's very roomy in here, isn't it?
Oh. Have a stroll about. Oh, that was the ashtray. I hurt myself then.
Can you see over the back of this seat?
Who said that?
I can now. Oh, thank you, Graeme. Oh, yes, I can now.
That's all right. Do you want a leg up so you can put your seatbelt on?
That's very kind.
Seatbelt will do two of us.
They're not very big, are they?
They're not. I think they're whatever is politically correct at small people's description sometimes.
Right.
3
Time for
feet
more.
high.
Sorry, Barry.
3 feet high was the PC definition.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's very small, isn't it?
Yes.
In anybody's language. Okay, time for more music now, with the teams displaying their instrumental duet skills in a round of Swanee kazoo. And what could make a better combination than the chirpy rasp of the kazoo with the ethereal trill of the Swanee whistle? Well, a handful of Mogadon and a pair of industrial strength ear defenders obviously spring to mind, but we're going to play the game anyway. Backing will be provided, as ever, by Colin Sell at the piano. Actually, we were interested to hear that Colin has recently been enjoying himself in the brass section. The manageress of Dorothy Perkins says if she catches him in there again, she'll call the police. Tim and Fred, we'll start with you. Will you provide us with a version of the Camptown Races featuring Fred Macaulay on the kazoo and Tim Brooke-Taylor on the Swanee whistle? Okay, your turn, Barry and Graeme. Will you provide a version, please, of the Banana Boat Song featuring Graeme Garden on the Swanee whistle and the You Barry Cryer on the kazoo? Well, it's very nearly time to end the show, but not before we squeeze in a round of Royal Songbook. So while Sven nips off to the palace to take some snaps of a guardsman in his bare skin, and later try to get his favourite prince enlarged, I'd like you please, teams, to suggest titles of songs that might appeal to the royal household. And Fred, will you start, please?
I would have thought anything by Queen. Perhaps.
Were you thinking of We Are the Champion?
Send in the crowns.
We Are a Cider Drinker.
One for Prince Philip, Greek Balls of Fire. The Royal Mother's Song, When I'm Weaning Windsors.
Sophie Rhys-Jones is Someday My Prince Will Come.
I Talk to the Trees by the artist formerly known as Prince.
His other big hit, Holding Back the Ears.
I've Had My Fill on Blueberry Hill. Knees Up, Mrs. Brown.
I need to get the accent right for this one. Fergie, cross the Mersey. How wise of you not to attempt it. Snowdon, Snowdon, Snowdon.
Balmoral, Balmoral, I love ya, Balmoral.
The Funky Coronation Chicken.
You'll Never Need a Loan.
I'm Henry the Fourth, Part 1, I am.
Hair in a G-string.
Corgi and Bess.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the slavering Radio 4 scheduler of time savages the airwaves of eternity, and the popular panel game of hope is axed by the cataclysmic network controller of doom, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Sven, myself, and the fine folk of Guildford, it's goodbye.
Tim Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden and Fred Macaulay were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Naismith.
At the piano is Colin Sell and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You find us today in Cardiff, the proud capital city of Wales. Although officially joined with England in 1536, the Principality has preserved a unique character thanks to a resilience born of fighting successive invasions. In turn, Romans, Saxons and Vikings were repelled by tribes banding together to terrify them with their fierce displays of close harmony singing. It was King Edward I who made his eldest son Prince of Wales, but it wasn't until this century that close ties between title and country were forged. It was the smartly dressed Edward, later King Edward VIII, who made famous the Prince of Wales cheque, which he bounced in the dog and bucket election in 1911. As king, he was forced to abdicate for his love of divorcee Wallis Simpson. Those ignorant of the period have fallen for the myth that her first husband was called Homer. Wallis was, of course, married to Gromit. Famous Welshmen include Owain Glendower, who gave his name to the separatist movement, the Sons of Glendower, poet Dylan Thomas, who gave his name to the American folk singer Bob Thomas, and, of course, Ron Davies, who gave his name to a total stranger on Clapham Common. Before going back to his place for dinner. In all seriousness, we should spare a thought for such lonely souls who, without a friend or acquaintance to share the burden of desperation, routinely resort to imposing their tired old stories on unsuspecting members of the public. Let's meet the teams. They are on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And on my right, Max Boyce and Tim Brooke-Taylor. And making sure the team's points are quickly entered in the right place is our lovely scorer, the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, let's kick off with a game called Undelivered Letters from History. In days of yore, many important messages doubtless went uncommunicated. I'd like the teams to suggest what unsent letters or cards might have changed the course of history. Barry, will you start, please?
A letter that Captain Scott never got. What about Hawaii this year? Yours, Oates.
Graham.
One from Winston Churchill. Dear Bomber Harris, surprised to hear you're planning to bomb Dresden. I said destroy the enemy's armament factories, not their ornament factories.
Tim.
To Cleopatra from Ptolemy's Pets Are Us, Cairo. Dear Cleopatra, as requested, please find the wasp enclosed.
Max.
Dear Ardenir, care of the Garden of Eden. No doubt you'll be surprised to receive this letter, as I know from God that you were under the impression that you were the first people on earth. However, please accept this apple as a token of our desire for peaceful coexistence. Yours sincerely, Gareth and Rhiannon. King Coin.
One from Joan of Arc to her mum. The Dauphin has booked me a gig at Rouen. Hope he's right about the warm welcome.
Letter to all the rugby players from the Welsh Rugby Football Union, dated about 1976. Dear players, of course you can be paid for playing. We want to keep the best rugby team in the world, don't we? Do you think we're stupid?
Dear Alexander Fleming, your lab's filthy.
Dear Juliet, Romeo says he's not free Saturday night. How about me? Love, Will Carlin.
Dear King Agamemnon. Troy, please find enclosed the wooden horse you ordered. Faithful in every detail apart from the scale. If we followed your measurements, we'd have finished up with a hollow edifice capable of holding a small army.
Funnily enough, teams, I've just received this telegram, which was sent to me in 1972. It's from a Mr. Cubby Broccoli, and it reads, Sean retiring, stop. Bond, part yours, stop. For God's sake, don't sign radio contract, stop. Okay, time for a musical round now, which is a revised version of the popular One Song to the Tune of Another. They do say the best ideas are the simplest, so how, you may ask, could this simple concept possibly be improved? Well, several alternatives were market tested by the Radio 4 Panel Game Music Round Focus Group. This is a representative body of listeners selected personally by the controller of Radio 4 to respond accurately with the program profile exactly matching the requirements of the controller of Radio 4. They decided that after 27 years continuous usage, the listeners still quite like One Song to the Tune of Another, and there was no valid reason for a change. Which is why they've come up with a replacement. It's called Only Connect the Words of One Song to the Tune of Another, but without its king-stupid words. However, one element the controller decided couldn't possibly be improved is the piano accompaniment of Colin Sell. Max, you can start now. Would you please sing the words of Heartbreak Hotel to the tune of The Ash Grove?
Now since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell, down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. I'm so lonely, I'm so lonely, I'm so lonely that I could die, and though it's always crowded, you can still find some room for broken-hearted lovers who cry there in the gloom. And I'd be so lonely, oh so lonely, oh so lonely they could die.
It's you now, Tim. Will you please sing the words of Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick to the tune of Get Me to the Church on Time?
In the deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, from Milan to Yucatan, every woman, every man, hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, je t'adore. Ich liebe dich. Hit me, hit me, hit me. For God's sake, hit me with your rhythm stick.
Graham, now, will you please sing the words of Kung Fu Fighting to the tune of Green Sleeves?
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those cats were as fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up, and they were chopping them down.
Finally, Barry, would you please sing the words of Marvin Gaye's classic I Heard It Through the Grapevine? To the tune of Leaning on a Lamppost.
Oh, I bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue with some other guy you knew. Because between the two of us, guys, you know, I love you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday, you know, that I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. Oh, I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, well, turn up nice again.
I say, it's now time to play the local version of our own game, Cheddar Gorge, called Caerphilly Gorge. It's just one of many games taking their titles from Welsh place names. There's Welsh Pool, a game like 9-ball pool, except the winner's the one who gets the black sheep in his pocket first. Then there's Cardigan Bay, which involves offshore swimming and assorted items of knitwear. And, of course, there's Mount Snowdon. A pastime devised in the 1950s by Princess Margaret. Well, as the name Caerphilly Gorge so obviously implies, the object of the game is to create a sentence one word at a time, but without ever completing the sentence. If I judge that a full stop has been reached, then you'll hear this noise. Okay, this week's subject is last-minute Christmas gifts, and will you start, please, Tim?
I
Want
a very funny
and
seasonal book. And
it
is available in
most
Welsh and English and high quality bookshops all
over
most of the
outlying
wet and it
is
called the official
limerick
collection from I'm
sorry
I haven't a clue.
God knows what all that was about. Okay, let's move on, teams. You wouldn't want to peak too early. Now, if I were to say out to lunch, you might think, why should we care where Michael Winner is between breakfast and dinner? But in fact, Out to Lunch is the title of our great new game, which is all about the kind of notes various people or organisations might leave if they popped out for a short while. So, suggestions please. Graeme, will you start?
One from Nicholas Soames. Gone to lunch back in April.
Peter Mandelson's door just says, I'm out.
Max Boyce just popped out for a leak. And Melinda Messenger just popped out.
Back shortly to lose the track.
There's one from Kate Moss. Gone to lunch back now, actually.
The Queen, gone to launch.
Barbara Cartland, completely out to lunch.
Maybe we won't come back at all. The Apathy Society.
General Custer. Me and the lads have popped out for an Indian.
Quasimodo, out to hunch. Large bells, please.
This is just wishful thinking. The goodies back in fashion.
And John McCririck. Gone to lunch back naughty boy in the 3:30 at Haydock Park.
I won't be long, Mike Atherton.
Okay, we have a musical round now called Name That Tune, in which Colin Sell plays the piano. This mustn't be confused with the similar game called Maim That Tune, in which Colin Sell plays the piano. We're playing this in tribute to the popular show Name That Tune, in which members of the public would have to identify brief excerpts of classic tunes that had only been slightly disguised. And we have to thank a Mr. Lloyd Webber for copyright permission. This week, Colin will be playing a selection of pieces from his seminal work, Colin Sell's Carnival of the Animals, while the team should use their skill and judgment to assess which animal is being musically portrayed. Teams, feel free to buzz in if you identify anything. Okay, quote, off you go, Colin, unquote. Challenge from Tim.
Sloth.
Shall I start, Hump?
Yes.
Stick insect. No.
Yeah, Barry.
Is there a mousy context here, Colin?
Yes. Very good.
Oh, I got it then.
Yes.
Carry on. Tim.
An ant. Got to make allowances, he does bang it a bit.
Graeme.
Well, was it an anteater? Captain Corelli's pangolin.
No.
Was it an elephant?
Ah. Yes. Here's the next one.
I give up.
Shall I play it again, Hump?
Yes.
An owl.
No, it was a duck.
Oh,
Lord, who'd have thought it? I had black hair when that started.
We're going to borrow a round now from the Guardian newspaper called Notes and Queries. Actually, this week's edition appeared as Quotes and Neris, an eclectic discussion of the insightful social commentary and acerbic witticisms of Neris Hughes. Obviously, we haven't time to go through all of those, so we'll be playing the original version of the game. I brought along a selection of my favourite notes and queries harvested from the column, to which I'd like the teams to provide solutions. And Tim, we'll start with you. In the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve's sons, Cain and Seth, both married. Where did their wives come from?
The Philippines? Well, Max was telling me about Splot earlier.
Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you, they married their sisters.
We're back to Splot again.
Barry?
Yes?
Oh, sorry.
We're going out for a walk later.
Barry, where does the expression the full Monty come from?
Well, there are many theories involving card games and things, but it does come from the Second World War in the desert. General later Field Marshal Lord Montgomery, the full Monty means the full equipment. His caravan had everything. He even had his own choir boy, who later wrote a book entitled I Was Monty's Treble.
Well, it's probably a reference to the hire of formal clothes from the outfitters Montagu Burton, now known as Burtons, and how infinitely boring. Graeme, now, do birds ever suffer from fear of heights?
Well, yes, Hump. That's why they flap their wings.
Don't get narky with me. I'm only reading these things. The answer is yes. Okay, Max. Oh, no. There's a bit more here. There's evidence that young birds do. I've forgotten what they do, but they do. Okay, Max, who are the peculiar people and what were their peculiarities?
Well, the peculiar people and peculiarities were two brothers from Swansea. One had a huge eye in the middle of his head, and one had an enormously long ear that went down past his knees. And no one took them. They wanted to be sailors, but no one would take them on board because they were so peculiar. But one captain forced to take them on, took them on, and they sailed for weeks and weeks out to sea, and they hit a reef. And all the navigation instruments were destroyed. And one of the brothers said, let my brother climb the mast and look as far as he can see with his huge eye. And he can see as far as he can see, and he can tell where land is. And the captain said, fair enough. So he climbed his mountain, climbed the top of the mast, he looked, and he went back to the captain, he said, yes, land is 170 miles away, and he said in Spanish. And the captain said, he said, I can believe you can see land, he said, with that big eye 178 miles away. But how do you know it is Spain? He said, my brother heard him talking. They're very worldly, peculiar people.
I expect that's probably true, isn't it?
Yes. It is true, yes, they were. Okay, here's one. Why do we kiss?
It was a moment of madness, Hunt.
We are what we are, Hunt.
There's no need to resign.
Apparently, kissing is merely the way by which lovers test each other's semiochemicals, the chemical substances that communicate biological signals between animals. What's that got to do with us? Well, it says here it's time to hear the teams entertain us by singing. I've waited 27 years and it hasn't happened yet. They're going to play a round called Censored Song, which is their protest against the high levels of blatant sexual innuendo polluting our airwaves these days. Whatever became of the classic broadcasting style of the 50s and 60s, we didn't need gratuitous filth to enjoy Hans and Lotte Haas in the foothills of the Himalayas, with Hans demonstrating the innocent pleasure of mounting an elephant. Or Lotte getting ready to take one up the Khyber. With that picture in mind, Barry and Graeme are going to start with their censored version of Strangers in the Night.
Strangers in the night, exchanging in the night. What were the chances we'd be before the night was through? Something in your was so inviting, something in your was so exciting, something in mine told me I must. You, strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, up to the moment when we, our first, little did we know, was just a way of warm embracing, a way. Ever since that night, we together, lovers at first sight, in love forever. It turned out so right. Oh, in the night.
And credit where credit's due, a piano accompaniment was provided there by our resident recording artiste, Colin Sell. We followed Colin's career for years, but were surprised to learn how often he changes labels. Most afternoons you'll find him marking down the cheap stuff in Tesco's. Okay, your turn. Tim and Max, would you please provide a censored version of You'll Never Walk Alone? OK, teams, well, I notice it's very nearly the end of the show, but it's just time for the teams to suggest some new additions to the great canon of Welsh song. Samantha has to nip off to the National Opera, where she's been giving private tuitions to the singers. Having seen what she did with the baritone, the director is keen to see what she might do for a tenor. So, while she's away, I'll ask the teams to nominate their entries for an updated Welsh songbook. And Max, will you start, please?
Bob Dylan, knock, knock, knock on Evan's door.
Oasis, don't look you back in anger.
Newport, Newport, so good they named it twice.
The Flintstones.
Yabba dabba dare! 3 degrees, when will die, see who again?
Relax, Frankie Goes to Holyhead.
Is this the way to Aberystwyth?
I Love Powys in the Springtime.
That great number, Copa, Copa, Carnarvon. And the old hit, Dave Clark 5 and I'm feeling Gladys all over.
Swansea, how I love you, how I love you.
Baby, it's mould outside.
Bridge end over troubled waters.
What did you do, Ron Ron?
So, ladies and gentlemen, as the great tit of time nibbles through the gold top of eternity, and the unseen mouse droppings of fate nestle in the crunchy fruit and nut muesli of destiny, I notice it's the end of the show. So, from the team Samantha, myself, and the fine folk of Cardiff, it's goodbye.
In Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden and Max Boyce were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Patterson and the producer was John Naismith.